What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with another redraft. So I just did my 2015 NFL draft redraft like 2 days ago, maybe a day ago. But today I want to do my NBA draft redraft from 2015. The one I did was a lot of fun, and yeah, I just wanted to move it over to the NBA. And I'm only going to be doing the lottery, so only the first 14 picks. There's a lot of people that haven't, in that draft last year, that haven't even come over to America yet to play in the NBA, especially some of the second round picks. But anyway, start with number one. And I got the Minnesota Timberwolves taking their original draft pick, the power forward / center out of Kentucky, Karl-Anthony Towns. To me, Karl-Anthony Towns is probably going to be like a generational sort of talent. He's unbelievably versatile on the offensive end of the floor. He's a great defender, and he kind of spearheads that future that the T-Wolves have that seems so bright between him, Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins, Gorgie Jang, Ricky Rubio. And again, I think he'll be a superstar in this league in coming years. At number two, I got the Los Angeles Lakers actually taking the power forward, originally taken by the Knicks, Kristaps Porzingis. It would be intriguing to see Porzingis in a Lakers uniform. It's hard to say second best player in this draft, yet obviously Karl-Anthony Towns being unanimous Rookie of the Year selection, he was the best, far and away best rookie. Not to say this was a bad rookie class, because it really wasn't, but I think Porzingis it would have been a more successful player in LA so far than D'Angelo Russell. Obviously, D'Angelo Russell didn't have a bad year by any stretch. Not a great one either, up and down, but again, Porzingis just seems like he'd bring a new element to the Lakers they won't have with D'Angelo Russell. So at number three, I got the Philadelphia 76ers selecting their original pick, the Duke center, Jahlil Okafor. Again, as much as it would be intriguing to have the Sixers actually taking a backcourt player here, the best I think they could do is D'Angelo Russell or Devin Booker. And I like the idea of them keeping Ja before anything else, and if they want to trade him, go ahead. But I still think Jahlil Okafor is the third best player out of this draft so far. So in number four, I got the New York Knicks selecting the center out of Texas, originally drafted by the Pacers, Myles Turner. So I think if the Knicks lose Porzingis, they're going to have to find another big man. Myles Turner was tremendous this year, really exceeded expectations, was an NBA all-second-team rookie, or all-rookie second team, and I think he's ready to take a big next step next year. He has a rare ability of being able to draw out to the free throw line, be able to stretch the floor shooting, and also being a good rim protector, good rebounder. But anyway, at number five, I got the Orlando Magic selecting the point guard out of Ohio State, D'Angelo Russell, obviously, originally taken by the Los Angeles Lakers. To me, D'Angelo Russell will be good in the NBA eventually. Like I said, it was a rough year, his first year in the end, or not a rough year, like statistically, obviously more of a rough year with the whole Nick Young thing. But beside the fact, still has a bright future in the NBA, is still the future of the Lakers as it is right now. Still decent rookie averages, average about 13 points per game, and 3 assists. Again, you'd like to see that assist number go up, but again, with the Orlando Magic, Elfrid Payton is the point guard right now, but D'Angelo Russell will probably be a better option. At number six, I got the Sacramento Kings selecting the shooting guard out of Kentucky, I believe. Yeah, Kentucky, who just has absolutely been a stud so far for the Suns, and that is Devin Booker. So Devin Booker might be a top 5 player out of this draft so far, probably is. But to me, he is the second player taken out of the backcourt. The Kings need a shooting guard extremely badly. Buddy Hield's a good option for them in this draft. I believe Buddy Hield and Jamal Murray are probably the first 2 guys they're looking at. And having Devin Booker would plug that hole almost immediately. So at number 7, I got the Denver Nuggets taking their original draft pick, the point guard. I believe played over in China for a little bit, Emmanuel Mudiay. So injured for a lot of the season, but still is, in my mind, the spearhead of the future of the Nuggets. I think he developed well while he was actually playing. It's going to take another full season, though, to see what he can actually do. So at number 8, I get the Detroit Pistons taking their original pick, the shooting guard Stanley Johnson, I believe out of Arizona. Yeah, a guy that had a pretty good year his first year in the NBA. Able to stretch the floor yet still play decent defense. One of the more athletic guys in the Pistons lineup. I think will be a good fit long term for them as well. Let me make sure that's right on him going to Arizona. Yeah, Arizona. So at number 9, I got the Charlotte Hornets selecting the center out of Kentucky, Willie Cauley Stein. So with Al Jefferson leaving, they need another guy to work down low, be able to be a good rim protector, and honestly would be a step up on defense from Al Jefferson, just a little bit of a step down on offense. Willie Cauley Stein has been a good fit in Sacramento so far. I don't think there's any way he should be pushed out of the lottery. And like I said, there is a need for a big man in Charlotte now. Their original pick of Frank Kaminsky, he's not, in the NBA, he's not a 5. He's a stretch 4, probably at the best, but again, he's probably coming off the bench for most of his career. So at number 10, I got the Miami Heat taking their original draft pick, the shooting guard / small forward out of Duke, Justise Winslow. Had a decent first year in the NBA. He obviously was in and out of the rotation with Miami Heat, team that dealt with a lot of injuries this year, and actually had a it was a pretty successful season. Dwayne Wade was revitalized. I think that's a good guy for Justise Winslow to learn under, between Luol Deng and Dwayne Wade. Most of the time it was Deng starting over Winslow, but he did get a lot of playing, about the 7th or 8th guy in the rotation. So at number 11, I got the Indiana Pacers selecting the shooting guard originally drafted by the Orlando Magic, Mario Hezonja. So a guy that's just an extremely good scorer, hasn't quite lived up to his 5th overall pick yet, and I think a guy that can and probably will, but again, it's a guy that's probably going to take a few more years in the league. Pacers could use a guy to go alongside George Hill and Monte Ellis, just another guy in that backcourt rotation that would just be another scoring touch to be able to have alongside Paul George, be able to stretch the floor for him a little bit. So at number 12, I got the Utah Jazz selecting the, I believe it is, shooting guard, originally selected by the Toronto Raptors, Norman Powell. So I know this is a little bit of a stretch, but Norman Powell played tremendous in the stretch run of the regular season. In my mind, the best second-round pick so far. This is a Utah Jazz team that could definitely use help at the 2. They don't really need too much help in the front court. Obviously, with that good combination of Derek Favors and Rudy Gobert down low. They don't really need any help at the 3 either, with Gordon Hayward starting there right now. Like I said, shooting guard is kind of their spot of need right now. A lot of times they'll run small in the backcourt, going Dante Exum and Trey Burke, but Alec Burks being, I believe, their main option for starting at the 2. So anyway, move on to number 13. I got the Phoenix Suns selecting the power forward, originally out of Arkansas and originally selected by, I believe, the Chicago Bulls. I'd have to check. He might have been part of a draft and trade. I'd have to look at that. But anyway, yeah, drafted by the Bulls. Promising first year in the NBA, probably will get a boosted amount of playing time next year with the Bulls, with Pau Gasol and Joakim Noah most likely departing. But it seems like he can develop extremely well in the NBA, be a successful power forward in today's league. An athletic guy, works hard, good rebounder, good down low near the rim. And again, Phoenix Suns need help at the 4 very badly, and this would be able to plug that need, at least for the time being. So at number 14, I got the Oklahoma City Thunder selecting the shooting guard / small forward out of Kansas, originally selected by, I believe originally selected by the Atlanta Hawks, and then ended up on the Washington Wizards, which is his current team, but that's Kelly Oubre. A guy highly recruited coming into Kansas that didn't have a great year at Kansas. Him and Cliff Alexander were recruited in 2014, 2015 as the next set of Kansas superstar freshmen, and that didn't work out very well. Cliff Alexander, I don't know if he ever played a game, and then Kelly Oubre never really lived up to that potential, but still. It's an intriguing possibility seeing him play beside KD and Russ. Such an athletic guy, is a talented scorer at heart. If he's able to develop and get back that ability that he kind of showed while he was being recruited. But again, just more of an intriguing possibility than anything. So like I said, that's it. I'm only doing the lottery for this redraft. I will post the entire list of picks in the description below, as always, for my mock drafts and just drafts in general. Again, if you have a draft you want me to redraft or just go over again, definitely let me know. Like I said in my last one, these are a lot of fun, and fun to kind of look back and see where players would fit elsewhere if they were drafted over again. So that's pretty much it. So yeah.